All right, guys. Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. This game got a lot more interesting yesterday afternoon when we found out that Ryan Tannehill is going to miss the rest of the season for the Tennessee Titans. What that has done is an opener of 7 is now down to 3 in favor of the Tennessee Titans at home against everybody's 32nd power rated team in the Houston Texans, a total of 35.5. Adam, I want to start with you on this one because you just talked about a game in which you looked at Cleveland and you looked at the Saints and you're like, that seems like pretty high total for me, given how the conditions are going to be and how these teams have played. Well, the last time we saw Malik Willis forced into action, the Titans did not let him throw the ball. He threw 10 times against this Houston Texans team, actually. Like his last start was against this Texans team, and they still only let him throw 10 times in the game against the worst team in the NFL. 35.5. We know the Texans can't do anything through the air. They have not been able to have any sort of success at all season long, basically. I wonder if we get very few chunk plays, and even when we do, it's going to be Derrick Henry going for like 15, 17 yards. That's still a run play. The clock's still going to continue to run. It's still going to tick, 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 tick. We're going to see 3rd and longs where they still run the ball and don't let Malik Willis throw it. I know it's a low total at 35.5, but is that too high?
I have no problem if you want to play this under because neither quarterback is going to have any success through the air. Your leak, if there is a leak, is the one that everybody has been talking about, right? Derrick Henry destroys the Texans. Derrick Henry runs for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns every time he sees the Texans, which is essentially a trends play. But there's also something to the fact that the Texans can't stop the run, haven't been able to stop the run all year long. And now it doesn't matter if it's Malik Willis. They're still going to be in a situation where Derrick Henry is going to have the opportunity to run all over them. I don't care how many guys they put in the box. It's still Derrick Henry and still a Tennessee offense that's been dealing with 8 guys in the box against Derrick Henry, whether it's Ryan Tannehill or not. So I don't want really in on anything when it comes to spread. I could see with total if you want to play the under, but what are we thinking is a reasonable number on a Derrick Henry prop when it comes to rushing yards, right? Like what would be too high to where you wouldn't play it? Because I think this is the one that everybody's going to be looking at with this game. If it's 120, is that too much?
So I'm going to be dead honest with you. I would play up to 109.5, I think.
Okay.
I honestly, because they refuse to let Malik Willis actually play quarterback, and Derrick Henry is going to, the volume at the very least is going to be there. And the reason we're saying this hypothetically is sometimes the lines get posted by the time we do this. Sometimes they don't. There are no Derrick Henry props up right now, industry wide. What are you looking at in this one, Steven? This is an interesting game from the standpoint that we know how it's going to play out without actually knowing how it's going to play out. It's like we know the Tennessee Titans are not going to throw the ball probably more than 15 times in this game. We know Derrick Henry's likely to get 20 plus touches in this game. We know the Texans are likely to try and throw the ball, but will they have any success at all because they haven't been able to have success through the air at all? So it's like we know how it's going to go, but we don't exactly know how it's going to go.
Well, first, with the Derrick Henry angle, if I'm going to chase props on him, I'm probably just going to chase his ceiling and get better odds for it, right? Like take something way towards the ceiling. You can get him to score 2+ touchdowns at more than 3-1 right now. There's a plus 380 available on Derrick Henry.
To score 2 touchdowns?
To score 2 touchdowns in this game.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a 330, there's a 350, and a 380 I'm looking at right now if you go to the prop finder tool at TheLines.com. So, he scored 2 touchdowns each of the past 2 games he's played against the Houston Texans. So, and we know that they're not going to let Malik Willis throw the ball.
Not in the red zone. That's for damn sure. Like they're certainly, if they don't trust him to throw between the 20s, they sure as hell aren't going to let him throw in the red zone.
Right. So chase the ceiling. Why not? It doesn't even cost you a full unit if you don't want to, and you can get good payout here. So that's the first thing. I don't have much to add in terms of the handicap of this game. I'm going to use it as an opportunity to plug our Discord because we put Texans plus 8.5 on the look ahead line in the Discord last week on this game. And we are, Adam thought he had some cleave. I'm rocking the cleave this week with the Houston Texans. And for those that aren't in the Discord, top right hand corner of the lines.com homepage, go into the roll server, hit the icons, and you'll get push notifications anytime anybody on our staff locks in a bet. This one worked out very well for us this week on the look ahead. Another one this week did not work out as well, but can't do much better than going from plus 8.5 all the way down to the key number of 3. Got lucky with a quarterback injury, but I'm content to just sit on that at this point.
I don't mind that Henry 2 touchdown prop, actually. I think that one's fairly interesting. If you want just some action in the game, I think that's an interesting one to have.